just me and my guitar.
Hey, what's happening guys? Mark back here in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. Now it's a funny thing, I knew you were going to press that button and come and watch this video. I knew it. I knew you were going to join in, which is fantastic, because today we're going to go out into the garden. We're going to cut some bamboo. I've got loads of bamboo out in there by the koi pond, and we're going to come back onto the old bench here, make something for the shrimp tanks, and get the old fingers busy. So let's go out there and cut some bamboo, guys, all right? So there's all the bamboo there in the corner. What we're going to do is we're going to snip some of them off. It's actually stopped raining for 5 minutes, which is awesome. And we're going to snip off some various lengths and sizes, and we'll get back in the workshop in a sec when I've cut a few off, all right? Okay guys, we've got the bamboo back into the workshop. It's some nice green stuff we've got here. Any panda would he'd love to grab hold of that and have a good old munch on that stuff. Fresh out the garden, and there's no pesticides, there's no chemicals used in my garden at all, and everything's going to be boiled that we use from in here, so we've got no worries about that happening. It's got some lovely knots in amongst it for to make it look nice. And I thought what we'd do is we'll make a little tiny baby Japanese little koi bridge for our for the shrimp tank, so we can cover it in some moss later on and make it look all nice. So I've got a few different size lengths here, different widths, right down to some really fine stuff I thought we could use somewhere, but I thought we'd just crack on with it in a speedy type fashion, chop this down at some nice little lengths, and then work with what we got and see what turns out in the end. All right, guys? There you go guys, we got that far. We got all the little risers on there, we got all the treaders running board on there as well, and we got the all the uprights. Now the bottom here is all going to be under the substrate, so all you're going to see is the legs coming out the substrate, so that's all going to be buried just to hold it down. And don't worry about the glue guns where you can see a bit of the glue gun, because what we're going to do is we're going to cover all that now with some moss and make it look all tidy for when it goes in, so our little shrimps can go running across the bridge and have some fun. So what we'll do now is we'll move that to the front here. We'll put that to the back. I think I deserve my coffee after all that footage. I wish I could work that fast when I used to be plastering. I'd have made a fortune. Right, so we get the old coffee down the neck. Oh, that was good. Right, now we've got some nice weeping moss and Java moss mixed there. So we shake all the water out of it. Now the idea with this, I've done this for years with moss, and it's a lot better than messing around trying to weave things around and do all that. With moss you only need a tiny little end like that to start a new colony of moss off. So in a Gordon Ramsay style, we're going to chop it up. And there'll be stacks of it there. Then we can reverse that. And now we've got thousands upon thousands, and just keep messing it about like that, and that'll free up all those little bits. You can see how small the bits go, but each one of those, once you've stuck it down, will start growing again, believe it or not. Cheers, Simon. Very nice. Right, so now we've got that. We can just put that all to one side. And now we've got heaps of it now to be playing around with this little bridge. Yoo-hoo. Superpower. You can use the gel, you can use any types. The gels are quite good because they do stay in place where you want them to stay. They do stay there. And obviously the glue gun will work fine as well. But this will just stick it and it'll dry clear, this stuff. Yep, I've finished it. There you go. But not to worry because we have spares. That's how it comes. You get these little 3 packs like that. And they're only about 50p for those. Because I always find if you're using super glue regular, you always end up with the tops being glued shut and solid, and then when you come to use it next, it's for these old guys, you just screw the lid on. It's got a little puncher in there, and then it just goes straight in. So now what we can do is just put a blob on that, on the top of each one of these little legs. And basically just get some bits of moss. And you don't want to go nuts with this stuff, you just want to put little bits on. Because it will soon start to take hold. And if you're unsure again, you can just put a tiny little blob on the top. And then all those little bits of moss will start to grow in time. Now I thought what we'd do, if we run some super glue under here, and just pop a few little bits in here and there. I really want minimal stuff on here because I really want it to grow in and do what it wants to do, because you can overpower these things when they're being small like this so quickly, and then you'll just lose the edge of the bamboo, which looks nice. But the good thing about super gluing it on is, because as we know, our little shrimps are they love to pull things apart if they can. And then we can just stick it along underneath, just like that would be there. Okay, so you've still got the open ends of the bamboo, which looks nice, and your water's going to go in there as well, and you got these little bits of moss, and afterwards we can trim all this up with scissors in a few weeks time. And it'll just look like it's been there for years. I don't know if I said before, guys, but this is the base. This is going to actually go under the substrate, under the media, and then all you'll see is the little legs sticking out. So that'll hold in place then. And bits are going to fall off, guys, don't worry about that. These things happen. And you can put this stuff wherever you like. Your little creation, if you want to make one. It's entirely up to you where you put stuff. But anywhere where you think water's going to settle on an old bridge and it's going to grow, it's probably a good place to put some of it. Or where you've got bits of the glue showing. It's always a good place to stick some of this. I've stuck my finger to it now, look. That was clever. Be careful with super glue, don't do what I just did. You got some gloves, wear them. And as always, just tap it, just dab bits on like that. I say you don't need much. And what sticks will grow. And I honestly don't think I'm going to put on any more than that at all. Just going to leave about that much on. and then see what nature does. I'll give it a bit of a shake. If any bits will drop off that aren't supposed to be there, or they're not glued on, or just drop off. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to clean up, guys. And I think then we should go and bung it in the tank, keep that moss nice and wet, and see what it looks like, okay? Ah, there you go, guys, it's in the tank. The shrimps are all having a good old explore around. All these new scents and things in the water. They're having a good old look around it now. And it doesn't look too bad. All the little bits of moss in there, some of it's fallen off, but some little bits are left, and that's all I wanted, was some little small bits to be stuck to it. So in time now it's going to grow. They've pulled quite a bit of it off, because that's what they do. They like to explore and pinch and pull at things to see if they can get a little bit of a feed. And but I think in a few weeks time you'll see a big difference there. It doesn't look spectacular at the moment because it's new, but if we pan across here to our little shrimp hide that we made some time ago now, a couple of months ago, and we just stuck some little tiny bits of moss on that, you can see now, if we go around, we've got a new little bridge there for them to have a play on, and we've got the old shrimp hide there, which is absolutely covered in moss now and looking a lot better than it did when we first made it. So there you go, guys. If you've got any little green bamboo in your garden, go and make yourself one of these. You want some super glue, a little hot glue gun, and you're away. It's something different, something that's free. You can go in your garden. Be careful where you pick your bamboo from, obviously, because it could have pesticides on or different things on that could harm your shrimp. Always make sure you wash it off first. I poured boiling water over this before, just to make sure there's any bugs and stuff. It'd kill them as well. Just a quick scalding with boiling water will kill most things, and with it being green things tend to be pretty safe and not harbour many bacteria and different things because they're living, and different funguses and things aren't obviously present on them because they're living. So give them a good scald with boiling water and you'll be fine. Anyway, guys, hope you like a little bridge building episode. If you do like these videos, please like, share and subscribe, and if you're new to the channel, pop back and have a look at some of the old videos. It might encourage you to subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, you're all stars. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing and watching the videos. See you on the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.
Just me and my guitar.